Okay, so we have another vocabulary class. Oh, I think I've just walked through a spider's web. You get a lot of spiders in this shed, which is appropriate because we're doing animals and plants, and spiders are indeed a type of creature. So I wanted to start with this word because it's a nice general word for any type of animal. Yeah, if you want to use a word which is an unspecified animal, use the word creature. Yeah, I mean, a spider's a creature, a man's a creature, a fox is a creature. And so it's a nice general word for unspecified animal, just like Tom, Dick and Harry is unspecified person. So don't forget that one. So we can talk about magical creatures, mythical creatures, you know, those beasts from ancient Greece, for example. The kraken or whatever, that's a mythical creature. Yeah, that's a mythical creature. Magical creatures are perhaps elves, goblins. Yeah, elf, goblin. There are lots of magical creatures, aren't there, really? They're the kind of creatures that you meet when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of thing. And you certainly meet these magical creatures in Harry Potter as well. Yeah, I think there were centaurs, the half man, half horse. They're actually mythical creatures. Centaurs, they're from mythology as well. Okay, so creatures is a good general word. We also talk about beasts. Now, I think this is also any animal, but remember, a human is a creature as well. I wouldn't necessarily call a human a beast, although some would. And beast means any animal. It's very often used to emphasise, oh, something's fallen over there, very often used to emphasise that it's an animal and not a person, yeah? And I think quite often you see man contrasted with beasts, yeah, as in, you know, animals that can't think for themselves, a man who can think for himself, that kind of thing. Quite often they're contrasted. Okay, so these words collocate well. You can talk about savage beasts, fierce beasts, wild beasts. And beast to me sounds wild anyway. I don't think I would call domesticated pets beasts. So domesticated means the animal has got used to living in a home. I've got 2 cats and of course they're domesticated. They are used to living at home. And you could also call them tame. These are the same, really. Domesticated and tame are exactly the same. They both mean that the animal has already got used to living with man. And of course, there are lots of different domesticated pets, tame pets. Yeah, anything that lives in the house with people. Cats and dogs are the most obvious tame pets, domesticated pets. Now, this word docile, you can use this actually about people. But when you use it about animals or about people, it means that the animal is not wild and fierce and savage. It's calm. It's called calm and collected, if you like. It's really quite a calm animal. My white cat is very docile, and not all the time. I mean, the cat is very energetic as well. It loves running up and down trees, for example. But it's very docile when I pick him up. I think only once in his whole life he's tried to get away from me when I pick him up, and that was a few days ago when I tried to wash him. He doesn't like being washed. But most of the time he's very docile, he doesn't bite, he doesn't scratch. Whereas my other cat is a savage beast and will certainly bite and scratch you if you try to pick her up. And so I never do. Yeah, and so those 3 words collocate well with beast. Those 3 words, yeah, with animal or pets. You know, I mean, domesticated animals are pets. Oh, and by the way, stray we use for homeless animals. And so many dogs become stray dogs when they lose their owners or their owners get rid of them, yeah, something like that. Then we say that it's a stray dog. Again, I remember a pack of stray dogs living near me when I was living in Moscow, and I remember being bitten by one of the stray dogs. It wasn't nice. Okay, you can have different types of animals. You can have a mammal, which is the type of animal which how do I define a mammal? I think that a mammal is a type of creature that has its young not in eggs, and I think that mammals generally breastfeed their offspring. Remember some of these excellent words. Offspring means children, yeah, but well, children only means humans, yeah, but offspring could be animal children, yeah, because I would never say that cat has had children, certainly not. That cat has had kittens, and the kittens are called offspring. So remember, kitten is a small cat. So the kitten's called offspring, and cats are mammals because the mummy cat, yeah, feeds the kitten through its nipples, yeah. And so mammals always, I think they always give milk to their young. I think that's the definition of mammals. I think, I'm not sure, I'm not a biologist. Rodent is mice, rats, yeah, those are kind of rodents. My cats like to catch rodents in the garden, and I'm very happy that they do. So rodents, mice, rats, that kind of thing. Reptiles, these are cold-blooded creatures. Lizard, frog, yeah, they would be reptiles. Lizard, frog. I think reptiles have eggs as well, rather than something else. Yeah, reptiles usually have eggs. And we also get insects. And I want to remind you that insects, we call insects creepy crawlies sometimes. Now, why is that? Because they creep and they crawl. And this is a binomial, really, isn't it? Creepy crawlies, yeah? Creepy crawlies are insects. They scurry around the place, they crawl around the place, they creep around the place. Remember these ways of moving for animals with very small legs. Scurry works very well. Okay, you can also have a carnivore. That's an animal that eats meat. I'm one of those. A herbivore, that's an animal that eats both meat and vegetables. Sometimes I'm one of those. And, sorry, I'm getting this wrong. Herbivore only eats vegetables, you know, the clue is in the name, isn't it, really? Herb, yeah. Herbivore only eats grasses or vegetables or leaves, that kind of thing, vegetation. And omnivore can eat both, okay? So sometimes I'm one of those. Sometimes I eat both. And generally speaking, we call man an omnivore. Okay, a predator is an animal that feeds on, and don't forget these lovely phrasal verbs. A predator is an animal that feeds on its prey. I mean, another animal. Yeah, that's the idea. And so the lion feeds on the gazelle. Yeah, something like that. And you can, don't forget these ways of walking. A lion prowls the savannah. He's on the prowl. He's looking for prey. Yeah, when you are prowling, you're looking for prey. And so you can use this metaphorically. You know, the thief was prowling the city streets, looking for a victim, looking for a target, looking for a rich tourist. But you can also use it very literally about lions. The lion was prowling the savannah, preying on whatever mammals he could find, yeah, because he wants a nice large meal. Okay, that's all of those. So a scavenger now. A scavenger is a type of animal that feeds on other dead animals. So the most obvious scavenger is vulture. And you can say to scavenge, by the way, and we use it metaphorically as well. But the vulture feeds on the carcass, and this means dead body, but it's used for animals. Remember, corpse for a person, but I think with animals, we usually say carcass when it's a dead animal sitting on the ground. So vultures will feed on dead animals. They'll feed on carcasses. And we call these animals scavengers, okay? It's not quite the same as vermin, which is really rodents most of the time. Let me write this word, vermin.